All right, here we go. We're taking a live look right now at Air Force One. And Vanessa Croy is at Kelly Field right now. She is live out there awaiting President Trump and First Lady Melania's arrival. They're going to be meeting with families today. They're going to be surveying the damage in the Hill Country flooded zones. And they will be spending the day here trying to get an assessment of what is needed so that the federal government can help the state of Texas. We're going to be checking in with Vanessa right now. Can you hear me, Vanessa?
Sarah, we're here, Kelly Field. Air Force One has just stopped here, and the president is expected to get off the plane any moment now and get into Marine One. You can see the Marine One helicopter right near Air Force One. The president is expected to get off and head out to Kerrville and survey the damage out there. You know, so many loved ones lost. The president has said it's horrible, it's heartbreaking. He wants to be a part. He's also designated federal funding to help with recovery efforts there. We saw that yesterday with the FEMA Disaster Discovery Center. So right now we are waiting for the president to get off the plane. You can see the four Marine Corps Osprey choppers here as well that will be escorting the president out to the Kerrville area. He is expected to meet with Governor Abbott and, of course, the families, the victims of the families. Out here at Kelly Field, though, you can see many people stopping out here to see the president and First Lady as they arrive in San Antonio. So once again, we are waiting right now, anytime now, the president and First Lady will, and I have a blocked view. Let me see. We are a little ways away. We can see right now the president is, I believe, being escorted off the plane. And he is expected to be here until around, in the Kerrville area till around 3 o'clock today.
Yeah, and Vanessa, one of the things...
where he'll be viewing the damage and meeting with the families.
Vanessa, one of the things that we were hearing from people, they said, you know, why didn't the president come before today? And he did address that question a couple of days ago, saying, look, anytime obviously the president comes somewhere, there's a lot of attention surrounding it, and everybody just wants to focus on that. And he said, I did not want to take away from the rescue efforts and the recovery efforts that are happening right now. So he waited until today so that he can come at a time where, you know, it's a little bit more feasible for these first responders who have been working around the clock to try and at first rescue people and now to try and recover as many people as possible. But Governor Abbott did mention that he had been in constant communications with the president on a daily basis. And he said the president promised that they would offer any assistance that Texas would need. Of course, we did see a federal disaster declaration, and FEMA is now here. They've opened up disaster recovery centers, and people have begun applying for assistance. And also, we did see a declaration of a public health emergency that will allow for counselors and medical staffing to come in from out of state into Texas to practice here as well. So there is a lot that has been happening on the federal level. But Vanessa, it's going to be interesting today to actually hear from the president himself. Hopefully you'll get a chance to hear from him later today, and he'll give us a better, you know, idea of what he has seen as they assess all that damage. What are you hearing out there?
Sarah, I am a good ways away. I know that people have gotten off the plane, but I cannot see exactly who that is. I'm depending on my photographer here, Axel, to tell me when the president does get off the plane, but we know there is a line of people standing right there. We're still waiting for the president and First Lady. As you can see, there's a lot of onlookers out here as well with their cameras and phones ready for the president here in San Antonio.
Yeah, and we did see what you mentioned earlier, because I know Paula and I, right before we saw you, Vanessa, we had seen Marine One, and we were wondering, well, shouldn't he be in Air Force One? But then Air Force One landed. So that makes sense. You know, he's coming here from D.C. in Air Force One, and then he's going to be hopping on to Marine One to survey the damage in the Hill Country, correct?
Yes, yes. So you can see Marine One right adjacent to Air Force One. We know they just put the stairs down for the president to exit Air Force One. So any moment now, President Trump will be exiting the plane along with First Lady Melania. They will get onto Marine One, as you can see right there. And then they'll be escorted out to the Kerrville area. You can see the 4 Osprey Marine Corps choppers here that are ready to escort the president. They fly in unison. He will be taking an aerial tour in Marine One of the destruction zone in the Kerrville area. So any moment now, we are waiting.
Yeah, Vanessa, so we know that the second day...
Sarah, you probably have a better eye view than I do.
Yes, because the photographer, I'm not sure who you're with, but they zoomed in, so we have a pretty good picture. We can see a line of people, we can see some photographers. I can't really make out from here who is who, but okay, here we go. It looks like the door to Air Force One is open, and I guess the president is getting ready to walk out in just a second. And Vanessa, what I was wondering is, we know on the second day after the floods, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was here. Do you know if any other federal leaders are going to be joining the president today on this tour?
We are not aware. We do know that Senator John Cornyn has said that he will be joining the president, as well as Governor Greg Abbott will be here as well. We're not sure if they're meeting him here at Kelly Field or when he arrives in Kerrville. Once again, we are waiting to see when the president will exit the Air Force One. It should be any moment now. They landed about 5 minutes ago here at Kelly Field.
All right, Vanessa, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back to you. We'll be right back, folks.